Alright, welcome back. So today we're going to show you the 4 factors that you need to know when you're choosing which balance board to buy or to use for this course. So basically we've got 2 different versions here. One is this light plastic one and the other is this heavier wooden version. So these are kind of the 2 standard ones you're going to see on the marketplace. So first of all, the 4 factors we're going to look at is the diameter, so how wide is your balance board, and the second is how tall, the third is what is the material, and the fourth is what is the surface, the traction, how is that used on the board. So the first example here, these black plastic ones, you'll see a lot of these online, and we do recommend these. First of all, the diameter is very wide, so that's going to make it a little bit safer, a little bit easier. The wider it is, the sooner you're going to touch the ground, which is going to reduce how much you wobble, how much your ankles have to move, so obviously that makes it safer. Second is how tall it is, so because this one is also shorter, again that makes the angle less, so you're going to have less to deal with, less wobbling. That's going to keep you safer as well. It'll be less challenging, of course, too. So the third factor is the material. So this is made out of a sturdy plastic. Now it may be a little bit less durable than the wood, so that's one thing to consider, especially if you're a larger person. If you're worried about bending this, I've heard if people are heavier, it might bend just a little bit around the edges, and it's possible they could crack. I haven't seen that, but I've heard that's possible. And the last thing is the surface. So you can see here there's kind of like a molded plastic, and that just gives you some grip and traction. And this can be sometimes uncomfortable with bare feet. Some people have complained about that. It doesn't bother me, but some of my students have noticed that. But that can be solved by simply wearing shoes, and that'll also give you a lot of traction. Now this is going to be slippery if you have socks on because the plastic will slide, so you don't want to wear socks with this one. So those are the 4 factors to consider for this board in particular.
Yeah, and so this one's a little sturdier, so you can see it's made out of layers of wood. All right, and so, but the main factors with this one is it's a smaller diameter, it's a higher base. All right, so when it wobbles, you're gonna get a much bigger angle. If you don't have that ankle flexibility, it can be a little dangerous because you can't adjust. You're gonna have to step off to feel comfortable on it. All right, so if you're not sure about that, if you feel like you don't have good ankle flexibility, then definitely go with this other board. This one's great. It's really solid. All right, it also has this grip tape on here, so it can be a little irritating on your bare feet. So shoes as well can make this more comfortable. But this is definitely the sturdier, more challenging one. So if you want a bigger challenge, if you feel like you have good ankle flexibility, I think this is the way to go.
Yeah, so in review, if you're a beginner, get this lighter plastic one, start with this one. If you're already an athlete, if you've got good balance, you're just trying to kind of fine tune it, go with the higher one, a little bit more sturdy. And it's also nice to have both. Some days you might want to work on certain things with one and certain things with the other. So it's nice to have a lot of tools in your tool shed, as it were. So all right, we'll see you in the next video.